So this is the opportunity for the daughter to talk a bit about the experience of having our family home sold, so that my parents could start another part of their life that was going to be good for them. But it was somewhat sad and scary for those of us who had grown up in the home. I had spent all of my college in the home and much of my high school in the home, and had come to love it a great deal. I wanted desperately for my parents to be happy and to be comfortable, and had watched them slowly come to smaller and smaller parts of the house that they actually lived in, and more parts of the home had been closed off and weren't actually being used.
Because there weren't 6 children in it anymore.
Because there weren't 6 children in it anymore. And you're right, that's true. So I get this call, something to the effect of, I think we've sold the house. And I was a little shocked, and started to ask questions, and what I got to experience was my parents acting independently, taking care of themselves, and yet also loving us kids. They had found this group of people who take older homes, I don't want to say refurbish them, but rebuild them, return them back to the home that a young family can come into and raise themselves, where they can have the children grow up around the fireplace and then leave and go to college and get married and bring the grandkids back to grow up around the fireplace.
In fact, it was the grandkids who were the most problem. The grandkids said, "You can't sell the house. We have so many happy memories."
That's true, because the grandkids had been babies in that house, and
right.
They had grown up. Whereas, us kids came to it in early adolescence and our adulthood, yeah. But the other nice thing is that as I began to marshal resources, because 40 years, you got a lot of stuff. And I knew that 2 people, regardless of how committed they were to the process, that was a whole bunch of stuff. And to come have a cup of coffee and listen to my parents say, "Oh, but Laura, don't worry. They've told us they'll take anything we leave. So all we've got to do is go through and identify what we want to take. And so you go on through and take a look. We've had other kids go through and take a look. We're having some friends go through and take a look. We've already identified what we want, and please help us organize this move." And boy, did that make my life easier. My life was a whole bunch easier because I did not have to process the things that remained, and yet I knew that those things that could have a new home would have a new home and be cared for, and those things that really were beyond the pale would go away appropriately. And so I too am very grateful for this organization that came in, gave my parents what they needed to be able to purchase a cottage in a retirement community that they now love, and yet leave the home in a way that another family would get to live in it.